Are you okay?
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex, and I would greatly appreciate if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there and it inspires me to keep creating. We have a lot of content coming to the channel. Obviously, the Love is Blind recaps are starting. We are still gonna continue with Love Island games through the end. So you definitely want to stay tuned. You definitely want to be here. There are some other shows that I have in mind. And of course, I will let you guys know everything that's going on. Definitely make sure to take a look at my community tab if you have the chance, because for those of y'all who are in the comments asking me, where's this show? Where's that show? Where's this? Where's that? I usually have announced in my community tab where things are. So definitely check that out if you can. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about Love Island Games episode 13 and episode 14. And baby, the boys are fighting. The boys are fighting. Let's get into it. I thought this was a pretty good 2 episodes. Pretty good. So we start off episode 13 with Garby and Kendall talking. This is post Andreina and Marvin being dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a massage. You deserve it. You deserve like.
Come on. We did it!
And once again, Garby and Kendall, they are doing their performative little thing. Garby says she wanted to prove herself and prove what she could do in the comps. They're shouting, we're not effing leaving. We're not effing leaving. I'm tired. I am tired. I am tired. I gotta be honest. I am tired of their connection. I am not buying it. And as I said, I think Garby is gorgeous, but Kendall for me will never beat the allegations. I don't believe a word that comes out of that man's mouth. Gabby and Johnny also have a little conversation about their pairing.
Yeah. If you're good with it, we're good with it.
Okay.
Okay? Like, I'm not trying to talk about it anymore.
No.
But I just...
Obviously, as you know, Johnny was with Andreina, but dropped her like a hot potato when she was not pulling her weight. So Johnny is basically saying and explaining everything that he told to Andreina, but he says that he does not want Gabby to not feel like a priority. Gabby understands. She says, look, I'm not going to listen to all of the noise about what people have to say. I want to get to know you for yourself. The two of them start flirting, and they do end up going into kissing. And I'm like, yeah, girl, Gabby, you better pull your weight. You better pull your weight. That's all I got to say on that. But Gabby is very realistic about this pairing, and she does know that Johnny will drop her immediately if she does not pull her weight. So she does have that in the back of her mind. She's just here to have fun, and that's the way to approach it, especially with someone like Johnny. Nicola and Casey, there's not a whole lot there, but the two of them do feel like they're always laughing. They're always having fun together. Nobody's really trying to rush anything. It's not giving. It's not giving. Nicola, girl, I'm sorry. Just like the other people, it's not giving, girl, with anybody in here. And that's okay. That's okay. It might not be anything against you, but it's just not giving with the current crop that we got going on in this place. Justine and Ty, as you know, Ty has been doing his little operation.
Relationship.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
To reel Justine back in after he did his little petty mess, after he did his little, well, I'm gonna get you back like you got me. Now he wants to reel her back in. So they start off talking about Johnny and how Johnny blew his game up and how he needs to be careful. Then they sort of lead into flirting. Ty asks, is the kissing ban still on? It just seems like, yeah. And she's like, I want to trust you. I really do, but I just don't know about you. Eventually, though, she does melt. Okay, Ty, he got away with words, I guess, because she does end up melting, and the two of them do end up kissing. Josh and Andrea are also discussing the elimination and everything that happened, but the two of them are just happy to be here and to still be paired up together. But it is bedtime, and everybody's getting a little action in the bed except for Nicola and Casey. So let's get on to the next morning. So in the morning, Lucinda and Andrea, they are having a conversation about kissing their respective guys and how they feel about the whole thing. Both of them are saying, oh my goodness, it took the grace of God not to go all the way. Oh my gosh, he turned around and then he started kissing my neck, and it was a, I was like, all right. Anywho, Casey and Kendall are also discussing their situation. Casey's basically opening up and talking about how he likes Nicola and they laugh a lot, but he's not really sure how Nicola sees him. It's not really much more right now. Pretty surface level, pretty platonic. But they get a text and basically they are going to be playing a team challenge, and the team that loses is all going to be vulnerable. Obviously, the winning team, they are going to have some power.
Team that wins today's challenge will be safe. The team that loses will be vulnerable.
So our team captains are Gabby and Johnny and Casey and Nicola, and basically they have to pick who they want to have on their teams. Let's get into it. So Gabby and Johnny, they pick Tyreek. They do not want him to be vulnerable. Andrea, Toby, Lucinda, and Isaiah. Casey and Nicola, they pick Josh. He's very motivated. Justine, Kendall, Garby, and Sydney. Now, this is going to be a team challenge, so they do have to pick one person from the opposing team that they want to go solo. So for the Gabby and Johnny team, they pick Sydney because they've never seen her compete. Okay. Casey and Nicola, their team picks Lucinda because they feel like she will be the slowest. But now it is time for the Sweet Spot Challenge, and this is another obstacle course. Cue the clips here.
Wait, let me clench it so it fits, It's in my bum!
Not much to say, but one thing I thought was really funny is that Toby and Tyreek, they went together.
Boys that pump together, stay together! Ooh, that's really big. Oh!
And they were making all kind of funny jokes. They definitely had me laughing. But let's get into the winners of this competition. I forgot to mention that the players that went solo, they were going to have their time doubled as if it was 2 people going, and it was going to be added to their team's full total. So the winners are...
Gabby and Johnny's team.
Team Gabby and Johnny, obviously, I mean, they had Tyreek and Toby, who clearly beasted this challenge, clearly went way faster than everybody else. So as you know, Johnny is over the moon. Him and Gabby, they feel fantastic. Johnny, Gabby is his dream girl now because she could pull her weight in these challenges. Andreina, who? Look, I'm just messing. I don't even think Johnny should have been with Andreina. I absolutely think Andreina should have left this game because this is not for her. The games were not for her. But he does tell Gabby, I fancy you. I'm glad I made the right decision. I'm glad my decision was solidified. I'm like, Johnny, if you don't stop, you are doing too much. Basically, though, it's nighttime. The power squad gets a text that they need to meet up secretly in the bedroom. So Johnny and Gabby need to gather up every single person. Josh is talking with Andrea and he's and talking about it's crazy how you can do great in this whole competition. And then the minute you slip up, you are vulnerable. Andrea is just pumping him up and motivating him. And of course, he tries to say that he's happy for Andrea because she is safe. She was on the opposite team. But in either case, they go around, they get the power squad into the bedroom and on to episode 14.
Line people up on the chopping board, and I'm here for it.
You got Kendall, Josh,
Casey.
and Casey. And then
So episode 14, the power squad finds out that they need to pick 2 boys and 2 girls to duel tomorrow. Whoever loses is leaving the villa immediately. So we see a little bit of the deliberation between the team. For the girls, the question is Garby or is Justine a bigger threat? They sort of go back and forth on that. Then they're deciding if Casey versus Kendall is actually a fair fight. Josh's name obviously comes into the mix, but Andrea's not too happy about that. But basically, they have to mark their targets with a kiss. And I thought they meant like the picture, but they actually meant a literal kiss. So they have to go back out there as everybody else in the villa is like, where are they? What happened to them? Are they plotting? They're just all sitting on the couches drinking wine. But anyways, they get on back out. Toby goes up to Garby. He gives her the kiss. Hey, how are you? Sorry, this all went bad. Johnny, like, Nicola, you good? You doing fine? Gives her a little kiss on the cheek. Lucinda gives Josh a kiss. And it's like, ah. And then Gabby gives Kendall a kiss. So those are our 4 people. Garby versus Nicola and Kendall versus Josh. Morning rolls around. They have an awkward little breakfast because the people that are dueling have no idea that they are dueling. Justine and Josh have a short conversation about how Josh is frustrated right now. He feels like it's not just him that's unsafe, but 6 other people are unsafe. Justine feels the same way, but they do get a text. The text tells them to go sit over at the bleachers. And of course, they find out that the Power Squad chose 4 people to go ahead and duel today. So then they find out that the way they did it was by giving them a little kiss. And everybody sort of starts to realize, oh my goodness, I got a kiss. Nicola's like, oh my goodness, I got a kiss on the cheek. Da-da-da-da. But whatever. We know the people that are going to duel. And of course, those people are going to be the person who loses is going to be eliminated. Some people definitely take it way more negatively than others. Kendall's like, that is cold-blooded. Tyreek says, though, that there is a clear divide in this house.
I can't believe this shit.
What do you mean?
I can't believe
Wait, what do you
this
mean?
And this was the opportunity to get somebody on the other side of that divide out of this house. Isaiah, Kendall, and Josh, they do have a conversation after finding out they are going to be in the duel.
Those guys do not have your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Zay is basically saying that he does not have a problem with them, but at the end of the day, this is all game. While meanwhile, the Power Squad is over on the couch is like, why is he even talking to him? What is the point? They're going into the duel. Who cares? Why are we even having this conversation? So again, the guys are tussling, the boys are tussling. People are definitely feeling some type of way, and there is a clear divide. It is Team Tyreek and Johnny versus Team Kendall and the Stragglers. Like, there is definitely a clear divide. Josh basically says that he knows that whatever Tyreek and Johnny said went, and that he cannot be trusted and to watch out. And basically he's telling him like, look, Zay, you're with them now, but you do realize you would be next on their totem pole, correct? Reality is nobody should be trusting Johnny. That's my personal opinion. I don't think one person in here should be trusting Johnny. It's very, very clear. Johnny is cold-blooded and he will cut anyone, including Tyreek. I don't know. Tyreek thinks he's in heaven right now. He thinks he is with the biggest dog in the house. But trust and believe, he will cut you too in a heartbeat. But Isaiah does come back and let the Power Squad know that he had a conversation with them too. And Toby is just straight up like, why'd you even need to talk to them? There was no real reason to have a conversation with them. Of course, they're going to be like that. I'm like, okay, now I see y'all. 2 other little conversations about around the villa. Nicola and Justine, they practice for the duel. They practice jousting.
Ready to go? Yeah! Perfect! Just like
It was a cute little scene. Andrea and Josh have a conversation and Josh is like, do you want me here? How do you feel about me? And Andrea's like, of course. Like, what are you even talking about? And Garby and Kendall, once again, we not going home. We not going home. So anyways, nighttime rolls around and you know what that means. JK, this is actually a daytime duel. So it is time for the duel. And they find out what they're basically going to be doing is taking these big balls and throwing them onto each other's side, and whoever has more balls on their side when the whistle blows wins. It's kind of like hot potato. I think somebody said that. So of course the fabulous Ariana shows up and she's asking them some questions about these choosings. Josh says there is a clear divide in this house.
You know, there's a couple people kind of playing the game here, so I totally get it. I gotta wear it on the chin and take it like a champ.
Are you guys a little...
He feels it is Toby, Josh, and Ty versus he and Kendall. Toby chimes in and is like, well, I think Zay's a part of it too. Zay chimes back in on his end and says, well, they approached me basically and asked me to be in it and said basically it's either them or us, and I chose them. And I'm like, oh boy. But again, they keep trying to get Zay to realize that you are definitely next on the chopping block. Anywho, it's time to get into this duel. Round 1 is Garby versus Nicola. As expected, round 1, Garby wins. Now, round 2 is going on. They're throwing their balls, throwing their hot potatoes, and we see in slow-mo one of the balls basically pelts Nicola and throw her onto the ground.
Can you wiggle your feet? Watch you listen to what I'm saying. Tell me your name. Nicola.
So, of course, the medics have to come out, and Nicola says, I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing. Unfortunately, they do not let her keep playing. It looked like a hard hit, and those balls look pretty heavy, because even if you looked at the end of the last round, they were struggling to pick those balls up. So it definitely looked like a hard hit. Whether it was an accident or not, I think it was an accident. I genuinely think it was an accident. But, of course, Nicola is unable to come back and play. She doesn't even come back to say bye to them. Nicola, they whisked her away so fast. So, by default, Garby wins this game. Side note, y'all saw that TikTok going around where Chris returned back to the airport and some people call him no broken finger, no nothing? Anywho. Round 2, Kendall versus Josh. I don't even need to get into it. Josh smokes him. It's so obvious. Josh smokes him. Thus meaning both Nicola and Kendall are leaving. They do all the goodbyes, the formalities. Kendall cries. He says his first experience on Love Island was deep or special or something. I forgot his exact words, but he's grateful he could come here and do this again. He does tell Garby that he doesn't want to get ahead of himself, but he does really like her, and he possibly wants to look into trying things out outside of the villa. And they tell him to give Nicola their goodbyes. And that's all. That's all she wrote, y'all. Bye, Kendall. Not gonna miss you. So sorry. But that's all we got. If you made it to this point in the video, that means you liked the video. So I would greatly appreciate if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there, and it inspires me to keep creating. As I said, we have a lot of content coming. We have the Love is Blind content coming. First episode is coming out tomorrow. Waste me in the comments. Tomorrow, okay? And then every other day, we're going to do groups of 2 episodes. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to my members. And I will talk to you guys in my next one.